Today, I'm reacting to your NFL Hot Takes. Hot Takes is a weekly series in which I ask you guys your thoughts on professional football every Sunday after Sunday Night Football. I asked this question on our Twitter, or X, at Phantom_sports, so be sure you follow and even click the notification bell so you never miss the chance to be featured in one of these videos. And with the NBA season coming up, starting next week, Hot Takes will be opening up from just professional football to all sports. So without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys had to say. Fred Warner has been far and away the best defensive player in football through 4 weeks. Now, Fred Warner is probably one of the better defensive players in the league. I'd put him up there with Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, all those guys. And honestly, statistically, I think he kind of is having the best season. Through just 4 games this season, he is he's got 27 tackles, 10 assists. He's only got 1 sack, but he's got 2 picks for 70 yards and a touchdown, as well as he's forced 3 fumbles. That is really good. And comparatively to Aiden Hutchinson, he doesn't have any picks, no fumbles, but he's got 6.5 sacks. And then TJ Watt has he's got no picks, no sacks, no picks. But he doesn't have as many tackles or sacks. Or tackles. He's got as many sacks. I'm tripping myself up here. But all this is to say, I do agree. I think Fred Warner has statistically been the best defensive player through 4 weeks. It's time to say the Vikings are contenders not only to win the NFC North, but go to the Super Bowl, if healthy, with Brian Flores as defensive coordinator. I can't agree more. This Vikings defense specifically, or this Vikings team, is playing out of their minds. No one thought Sam Darnold was going to do what he's been doing. I believe he's at like 12 touchdowns to only 3 picks right now. And Justin Jefferson's doing his thing. Jalen Naylor's been stepping up. Jordan Addison's finally healthy again. So you got a ton of talent on the offense. And then the defense is just shutting people down. That high volume, highly talented Texans offense got shut down. And CJ Stroud threw his first pick since week 11 of last year on the first drive in that game against the Vikings. And I do think that outside of the 49ers, who I don't know where they're at right now, especially with the news about Christian McCaffrey, I think that they have a very good shot of winning the North, even though you've got a talented Lions team. And they're kind of banged up, but they're still a talented Packers team. I still think that the Vikings can come out on top there. They're one of the only 2 undefeated teams left, so I definitely think there's a big chance that they could make a run in the NFC. The Broncos have no reliable weapons for Bo Nix. I mean, they haven't had reliable weapons for a while, let's be honest. I mean, you've got Courtland Sutton, who's not atrocious, but I don't think he's by any stretch of the imagination a wide receiver 1. You've got the rookie in Troy Franklin, who I think can be good, but he's just got to take some more time to develop. But outside of that, I mean, Javonte Williams had a really good start to his career, but he's kind of been mid since his injuries over the last couple seasons. You're not entirely wrong there. I mean, Bo Nix doesn't really have a ton surrounding him, and that defense is, in my opinion, they're not kind of what they've been cracked up to be so far. So, luckily they were able to get one on the Jets, which that was surprising. But then again, it is the Jets. So, we'll see if they can't maybe make a move for someone or just, develop their guys a little better. But yeah, as of right now, I don't think they have very good weapons for Bo Nix. The Jaguars will be in contention for the number 1 pick, and I think Lawrence gets benched for Mac Jones by the end of the season. While I do agree that the Jaguars could be in contention for that number 1 pick, I don't know if it should be all falling on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest stats. He's only thrown 4 touchdowns. 729 yards, 53% completion percentage, but he's only thrown 1 pick. And while he absolutely certainly can be better, I think that there are other parts about the team that I think need to be changed before Trevor Lawrence. So we'll see what happens there. Despite the avoidable losses, Brock Purdy has been the best quarterback in the NFL this season, and it's time people accept it. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I could name 3 quarterbacks without even looking at stats who have been better than Brock Purdy, in my opinion. one being Sam Darnold, one being Jaden Daniels, and one being Jared Goff. Now, Jared Goff is iffy. He just had a perfect game, so that's why I'm throwing him in there. But the two, Sam Darnold and Jaden Daniels, I feel like have had far better seasons than Brock Purdy this season, and I don't think it's really that close. Granted, I haven't looked at Purdy's stats yet, but I know that Jaden Daniels has led more scoring drives than he has in completions. He's completed almost 85% of his passes, and then Sam Darnold's just on an absolutely MVP tear right now. So I definitely think that he has been having a good season, but I don't think he's been far and away the best quarterback this season. Absolutely not. Jaden Daniels might be a sleeper pick for MVP. I wanted to save this one for last because I agree with this. First off, let me just get that out of the way. Not only do I think he's a sleeper, I think he is one of two right now. He has been absolutely playing out of his mind. It took him a couple weeks to get it, but he is starting to get it, and the Commanders are rolling. I mean, they're putting up points left and right. Jaden Daniels, like I just said, has completed almost 85% of his passes. He's had more scoring drives than he has incompletions. He's been rushing really well. He's overall just being an amazing quarterback this year. And I think if he continues that trend, there is absolutely a situation where I see him being in contention for MVP. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's got to stay healthy and he's got to just keep performing, which everyone does if you have to win MVP. So, there's no argument here from me. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to follow us on X at Phantom_sports. And I can't wait to hear your other sports takes starting next week. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.